I forgot I had a whole bunch of shit open here because I've just been helped. Startup. I'll have to change my category in a bit because I was planning on doing some Dark Souls again, but I realized I'm pretty fatigued on the game for now. So I am. Let me just change that. So I'm going to play a little bit of Global Agenda. Now, a lot of people won't know what Global Agenda is. And you'd be, you can hear it in the background, I think, but you'd be forgiven for not knowing what the game is. But Global Agenda essentially is Hi-Rez's very first game. I don't know if it's the first game, but I know it's the first published game they made. And Hi-Rez might sound familiar to people because Hi-Rez is the company behind games like Smite and Tribes Ascent, and I think Paladins as well. I just need to. There we go. And this here is Global Agenda. It's their first game. It was a class-based third-person shooter. I think to this day, still one of the best games out there, just in general. I think I'll move my camera in a bit. But still one of the best games out there, even though this was 2010, I think. 2008 to 2010, somewhere in that ballpark. And yeah, it is very much a class shooter similar to Team Fortress 2. You've got your big guy that use your heavy sustained damage as well as being the tankier dudes. You've got your robotics, which is basically your engineer. Got the medic, which is the medic, and recon, which is basically the sniper, and to a degree I'd say the spy, because in this game you have different talent trees, similar to a game like World of Warcraft. And you can kind of make up your own type of build. So I'd say if I were to again compare it to Team Fortress 2, I'd say the Assault is probably the heavy, the demo man, and the soldier put into one character. And depending on what kind of loadout you bring with you, you can play as one of them. I think I'll just stick to pretty basic. But yeah, someone just to help me set up all this shit because, like I said, Hi-Rez
a devastating Third World War.
Basically dropped this game. They have done everything in their power to basically bury this game. They don't, as far as I know, they don't want anything to do with it anymore. Which is a shame because it is a great game.
These operatives are so dangerous to the world government that it has initiated a program to create its own counterleague.
Oh, or I can do that. Just turn it down a bit. I feel like it's really decently loud. But yeah, so yeah, Hi-Rez kind of dropped this game, which again I think is weird because it was a great game in my opinion. I think they suffered from unfortunate release because I think it released with a couple of other popular games, and that Global Agenda wasn't really that massively advertised because again this was Hi-Rez's first game. The only reason and I remember this vividly, the only reason why I know about global agenda is because sometimes it is really loud. I'll turn that way the fuck down. Okay. But yeah, but essentially, the only reason why I know about global agenda is because, you know how when you log in on Steam, sometimes it'll have like a little banner to like new games or whatever.
Appears to have survived the blast. Speak
I'll
with
have
him
to-
and he may be able to get you out of there. You don't have much time.
I'll have to change those settings as I play. But yeah, essentially I only know about this game simply because of Steam popping up that one time. Because usually I don't really look at Steam's like little opening advertisement bullshit. I just click that shit away immediately. But the banner for it, the little like recon banner for it, just hooked me immediately. The style of the game there immediately had me hooked. I was like, damn, that looks pretty sick. So I clicked on the page and I saw there was an like it was in alpha, I think, that back then, like open alpha, and I joined the game back then, and yeah, I've fallen in love with it. It was great. It's like goofy enough. Like it's in that perfect space where it doesn't take itself too seriously, but it is serious enough to take the game serious, if that makes sense. And I just really love that. And like I said, it's a class based shooter. It's mainly, well, that's not. I was about to say it's mainly focused towards PvE, but that's not even true. The thing that I thought was great about the games in general is like the PvP and the PvE both felt very like interchangeable and very like it communicated well with each other. And I fucking love that shit. Like the it doesn't like. If I play like World of Warcraft, for example, I feel like the game is just PvE, and if you get a little bored of PvE, you'll do a little bit of PvP and then get annoyed by the PvP. At least in my like experience with World of Warcraft. But this game is one of those games where you can basically live. If you're one of those people that just wants to do PvP, it is fun enough to just do the PvP. If you're one of those people that just wants to do PvE, it is good enough to fucking just do the PvE. And that was fucking amazing to me, because like I'd have phases where I just wanted to do some PvE for like weeks, maybe even months. And then I'd have phases where I just want to do PvP for weeks or maybe months.
Using your jetpack will help you to travel a great deal faster. As you can guess, covering distance quickly is important.
And that was a great balance with this game. It truly is just amazing in my opinion. It feels like a lot of these other games wouldn't be like games that are in the same hero shooter, well, class-based shooter genre. I don't think any of these other games could do it, because I feel like Team Fortress 2 tries to do it with their Manco event bullshit, and I really don't feel like that's great. Like, it's fun for a couple of games, and then you're tired of it. You want to go back to the normal PvP, basically. And yeah, it's just that this game just did it so well. Like the way the missions are set up and stuff, I feel like it just does it in such a good way. And I mean, I love this art style. I love this art style. It is almost
frequency and we'll be fine. Okay, sorry
almost
about that.
like
Good, you're still there. You should take a moment to catch your breath.
I don't quite want to
It
say
looks like you're in an
time
equipment area.
splitters,
You can
second
use your equipment
second eye
manager to see
shit
if there's
or
a
second
ranged
sight
weapon
shit,
available for you to use.
but
Wherever
it's
you
like
look, you'll notice that the center
it's
of
kind
your
of like
field of
on
view
that
is marked
like
by an aiming
line.
reticle. This is intended to help you
Like
be more accurate with
it's
weapon
hard to
fire,
explain
so
to
try
me
line
if
up
you
your
don't
shots
know
inside of it.
time splitters or any of those type of games. But I just love this type of art style. I feel like games, if you're looking to play or make a game and you're incapable of like really keeping up with the modern day like almost photorealistic looking shit. Oh, I pressed R by accident. But yeah, if you're unable as a company to realistically depict realism in your game, I'd say just like knock down the graphics a little bit and revert to these kind of graphics. I feel like, in my opinion, these kind of graphics are way better.
Heads up. Ahead of you is a
'Cause
security
it
system
feels-
installed by the Commonwealth to keep
it
trespassers
feels,
out of their facility. Try not
intentional.
to trigger the sensors, or you will alert them to your presence.
Whereas if you're trying to make a game look realistic, but you fail at doing so, it's clear that it's not intentional, and then, in my opinion, by default you immediately kind of like clown on your own game a little bit. If that makes sense, it makes it feel like the game is a little bit more clowny.
If you start taking too much
If you
damage,
can't,
find a
if you're
safe
trying
place
to do
out of sight
realism,
and use your
but you
rapid
can't
epidermal
actually
synthesizing tool or
do
rest
that.
device. It's another implant they put in you, which will repair any minor damage.
So
you
I feel
sustain.
like just
While using your rest device,
going
your
for these
power
type
will
of
regenerate and you're more
graphics
vulnerable. So be sure to take
in
cover
general
first.
is just better. Because it makes me take it more serious, because it feels deliberate. Because fuck, well, there's like a game I played not too long ago where I really forgot what the game is called, but it was a game, and it looked so bad to the point where if you just used the basic assets of the Unreal Engine, which the game was made in Unreal Engine, if you just used the basic assets, you'd have a better looking game than whatever the fuck that garbage was they were trying to pull off. It actively just looks shit.
Take cover while waiting on your power pool to recharge in combat.
And I feel like that is something that happens all too often with companies. Like the game I'm talking about was an indie game, so you know you can kind of expect that if they're trying to do something with like just one dude that just had like a eureka moment and wanted to make a
You
game.
should keep moving.
But if you're like a full-fledged company and you're trying to make like the next big like Grand Theft Auto 6 looking shit, but you just miserably fail at that, I just feel like your company immediately takes a hit reputational wise. I mean, I'm just ranting random shit, I know that, so I often
Before you
treat
pass through
my
that shimmering field in front of you, you
videos
should know
a
that
bit
it's
like a diary as
monomagnetic
well.
barrier, which is a fancy way of saying it's a one-way door. The Commonwealth usually puts these things
But yeah,
in buildings
that's
where
like,
security drones are
I just feel like
active.
these type of graphics are the pinnacle gaming graphics. It's weird to say, but I just don't like games that look too realistic. I just don't.
There's a train coming by.
I
See if you
prefer
can
my
use it
games to
travel
look
the
more
edge
like
of the
this
city.
than they do like Grand Theft Auto 6. Like, don't get me wrong, Grand Theft Auto 6, all the fucking shit we've seen from it looks amazing. And I feel like, yeah, if I'm just trying to look at shit, sure, that would be fine. But when I play games, I don't play games just to look at shit. I play games to enjoy the mechanics, to enjoy like any quirky little things that they added to the game that you don't really see in other games. Shit like that. Like I enjoy the nuances. I don't really care too much about the visuals. The only time I care about visuals when it comes to non-real life, real lifeness is basically for like CGI movies. That's the only time where I feel like the whole like medium is based around watching and listening to your shit. Like 50% is watching, the other 50% is listening. I feel like you should make that shit look as realistic as possible if you're going to skimp out on like the actual actors and get their face into your movie through like CGI or whatever technology. Oh, that was a little bit of lag there. Jesus. If I remember correctly, it's F3? No, F2? F2, okay. I can see my frames and ping. Yeah, you have like a little rest that heals you up to full, but while it's healing, because I think it takes like 10 seconds, and while it's healing you, you take more damage and your energy doesn't regenerate, which is the blue bar on the right. After this tutorial, I'm just gonna do my settings for a bit. Shouldn't take too long, because I think that I remember them. Because I used to play this game like all the time. I think I have like over 3,000 hours in the game. But yeah. Which brings me back to why I'm playing it now, is because the official server has been touch and go. I think I last really mingled with like the global agenda community about a year and a half ago. No, longer. Maybe even like 2-3 years. Anyway, a couple of years ago I mingled with this community, and basically the game was pretty much dead. It still is. Like, officially it's dead. The game just like it wasn't popular enough, and then like I'm paraphrasing here, but basically the servers, most of the servers got shut down to the point where there was only one I think American server. I'm not sure if it was American or EU, but anyway, it was all shut down to the point where there was one server, and we were like, I think like maybe 20 people strong, 20 to 30 people were still just kind of like playing the game. And yeah, basically it's a dead game, you know. If you have like less than 100 people on your game at any given moment, it is pretty much considered a dead game. And basically, I think there was this one high-res employee that was still like keeping the server going, making sure we could still play the game for the people that, because by this point, high-res had already like buried the game. If you try to look, I know high-res doesn't have Global Agenda on their launcher anymore, because they have their own like little platform, and you won't find it there. I don't think you can find the game on their website anymore. And basically the only way to get this get Global Agenda now is through a link that leads to the direct store page on Steam. Because if you look up Steam by yourself, if you just search for Global Agenda on Steam, you won't find it. It's delisted. So you need a direct link to the store page. I think for this YouTube video, because I'm going to put this on YouTube as well, For this YouTube video, I'll put the link to Global Agenda to the Steam store page underneath in like the video description, and basically the game's serverless now. So even if you have the game, it's free to play, so you don't have to pay for it. But even if you get the game through Steam now, because that one server that was still up and kind of running is no longer with us, RIP. And yeah, so you get the game through Steam, and then you have to join a specific Discord server. I think I'll put the link to that Discord server as well, and then you have to go through a little process, because this is basically a private server. We're basically what's happening here right now, what I'm playing here right now, is basically in a similar vein to the City of Heroes deal. So City of Heroes, officially a dead game as well, but it's being kept alive by a lot of fans and like a private server. I think there's a couple now, private servers. And that's about I think the last I heard about City of Heroes is they might be getting official backing. Don't quote me on that, because City of Heroes is not a game that I personally really enjoy, but I know there's a lot of people that did enjoy it, and like I said, through fan service, through fan support and everything, they've been able to keep up some servers, private servers. And basically, I think what's happening here with Global Agenda is pretty similar. There is currently one private server, and if you want to join this server, you'll have to go to the Discord. Discord I'll put in the description of the YouTube video. Basically, you have to go there, and then there's like a bunch of tabs that you can read through that tells you how to go through the process. I just went through the process just before streaming. That's why I'm streaming it now, and it's pretty easy. It's basically just join a chat with the one of the guys that goes about the server, and basically you just screen share with this person, and he'll walk you through the process. You have to download like a couple of files that need to like override your Steam version, so you have to basically download the Steam version, and then there's a few files that you have to replace to help yourself into the private server and to play it as I am playing it right now.
I'm not picking up any readings from the area.
There's a whole bunch of boons at the moment that you get for it, because at the moment everyone's admin, so you get to play around with a few commands and stuff. There's also a few commands on the Discord server that you can look up and then use. But yeah, I assume what the play is well, like I said, basically go down the City of Heroes route, get popularity going to the private server, try to get people interested and invested. I've also seen a video of someone making a weapon, I think, for the game. Basically what I'm saying is that they are making new stuff for this game as non-high-res people, which I think is amazing. So if this goes the right way, we're actually going to get content updates. Now, I don't know if this is going to be like massive content updates, like fucking whole DLCs or some shit. I don't know if it's going to go that far, but I do like seeing them at least working on new weapons, new gadgets. That is fucking amazing to see just in itself. Just any new content, basically. I just think it's amazing that it's like
Our uplink cut out again as soon as you went in.
basically
You'll have to tell me what
the
happened later
game.
because it's time to finally get out of the city. We won't be
It's
able to land anywhere in its
it's
borders, but you can
someone
escape
else's
through the
game
sewers if you
that
can
someone
find
else
an
is
access
building
hatch.
upon and improving.
Once you're down there, head
through-
south and you'll come across one of Agency
In
Zero's
my
old
opinion, it
bases.
looked like
We had
very
abandoned
true
years
to
ago, but you should be
game
able to activate one of our emergency escape routes.
gadgets. Because this game is all about the gadgets. You'll see like in the bottom left, that's kind of like my ability bar. And my first 3 abilities are my weapons. So I can switch between melee, my secondary, and my primary. Primary is a minigun at the moment. And then I've got my space bar, which is my jetpack. Basically my travel ability. And then I've got 5 through 7 that are like abilities. Like you'd see in pretty much any ability-based games. And then I think 8, 9, and B are... I think 8 is like an ultimate. You have kind of like an ultimate that that you can build up. Similar to like in Overwatch or like other hero shooters where you have like a big ability that you can charge up by doing shit. And the other one is like a consumable, and the B is a beacon, a teleporting beacon. Like later in the game when you're doing like
Up ahead is the
agency
security
versus
station, so
agency,
be careful.
which is
You will
basically
need to
clan
clear the
versus
security
clan.
forces before
You
proceed.
you can teleport. You can help your team teleport from like the starting zone to wherever you're fighting by dropping a beacon,
Standing around won't
and you
get
can
you out
pick
of
up
it.
this
Hurry
beacon.
up.
But the enemy team can also destroy your beacon, so it's very important to kind of like communicate when you're putting down the beacon and like who is running the beacon. Because you have the robotics class, basically the engineer from Team Fortress 2, and they can actually repair the beacon, for example. So if the beacon takes damage, these guys can repair it. Like you have a lot of nuances to this game, in my opinion, that you don't really see. Like, of course, you have
Nice job,
clan
Agent.
versus clan in
Proceed
other
through the
games,
gate to the subway
but I
station up
don't
ahead.
think you
From there,
see
you should
clan
be able to
versus
find
clan
an access point for the sewers.
like this game does. But I'll definitely stream more Global Agenda. So as I get further into the game, because I'm basically just doing the tutorial, just to kind of like warm up to it again, and noticing what I need to change in the settings, because I know my mouse sensitivity is really high. So that's something I'll have to change. I definitely have to change a few shortcuts. But yeah, this, I don't know, it just, like I said, the PvP and the PvE, balancing between them. Like, hell, there is even a game mode that's called Double Agent, which is basically PvP versus environment.
I should be able to get
And
that door open for you. Just hang in there while I access
what you
Commonwealth
do
Prime
in
Link.
that game mode is basically, as like attackers, you basically just play it like a PvE mission. You go through the dungeon basically, and you just kill your way through the dungeon, get rid of like the mini boss and the end boss, and that's kind of like what you're trying to do. But in these double agent missions, you'll have 2 players. Like the attacking team will be a team of 4 people, but the defending team will be 2 players, and basically these 2 players will try to slow down the attacking players as much as they can. And I think, because you get like experience bonuses and stuff at the end of the mission if you have like below a certain amount of team deaths. So every death in the team like ticks up a number.
The door to the hideout
And
is
if
secured
you,
to
I
the
think it's
console
4.
using a dynamic
If
encryption
you
system. The
die
Commonwealth equipped
4
you with another
times,
implant to crack these systems
like any
that will allow
team,
you to see
any
and automatically
combination of
decode it
teammates
when you're
dies 4 times,
Hold on to any security box that might still be
what's it called?
following
The
you while
mission
scanning the encryption ring.
no
With enough
longer
time,
gives
your
you these
implant will
bonuses.
crack
I
the
think
encryption
you
and
still
you'll be able to
get,
proceed.
like, you still get the chance to play, like, continue the mission and still finish it. Because like I think every mission by default has like 10 minutes to them.
There, the way is clear for you now. Just a short run.
10 or 15 minutes, I'm not sure. But if the defending team can actually stop you for the full 15 minutes or however long these missions are, they get like double the experience and double like the reward. Whereas you, as the losing team, I think you lose any material rewards and only get like half XP or some shit. So it can be very detrimental, and especially if you have like a good duo team, that can like manipulate the mobs and shit, because you can actually buff like mobs. So like all those robots I just went through there, if I were a double agent, I could buff those robots, for example, and again the robotics could even heal them. The robotics could even heal these robots while they're fighting. So it's like, if you play it well as like a double agent on the defending team, you can really get some like good shit out of this.
We're here.
But double agent is like a timed event. I think like every hour or some shit, or every like 2 hours.
Mind your reaction to him, though.
There's like events that trigger, and one of those events is double agent. There's also raids. So you got a raid where you're like out in the desert, like defending like some farm or something, or like a little compound. And there's also like the big raid, which is like the end game raid, where you defend the Dome City, which is like the main hub of the game. And it's just things like that. If I feel like Global Agenda would have really grown to be a big game had they just stuck with it and just added content over time slowly. I think Global Agenda would have like straight up been one of the best games out there. Like, I would say maybe even contend with the likes of like World of Warcraft. I would not be surprised if they could like actually if they just took their time. I think the big reason why Hi-Rez kind of dropped Global Agenda is mainly because it was their first game, so they needed like a money maker. They just needed money coming in, basically. And around the time they basically dropped Global Agenda, Tribes Ascend, which was also a game of theirs, I don't think I think it picked up at the start. It was a pretty big, because I used to hear everyone talk about Tribes Ascend towards like the start of that, but I think it dropped off pretty quickly. But then Smite really picked up. Like Smite became huge, and I think that's where they really just kind of moved away from Global Agenda, because Global Agenda was not at all a trend-following game. Like, Global Agenda was fucking pretty fresh. Like, it was very new. Like, the whole idea of the game was very, like, out there, basically. And I feel like they started following trends because they followed Smite due to League of Legends and Dota 2 being, like, really big. I feel like Smite. And then after that, they went into Paladins, which Overwatch and them lot kind of propelled. So they started really chasing the trends, basically. And that's when they pretty much kind of like left Global Agenda like just behind. And I think they kind of tried to bury it because I don't want to use the word controversy, but they did anger people. Like, if you look up there and see all those people, these are the original, I think 30 people? Or maybe even 50, I don't know how far it counts. But basically, these were the top players in the game all the way back to when the game was at its heyday. It was at its fucking greatest. These were the top people back in... Why 48? I feel like 48 is such a weird number to have. But yeah, these were the best players basically back then. And it's very nostalgic to see these names every once in a while when you run through the city and just look up here. But yeah, they really dropped after those names came up on the board. That's where it really felt like the game started falling off, because they implemented patch 1.3, which to a lot of people that played before the 1.3 patch was really was almost like getting stabbed in the back. Well, not really getting stabbed in the back. It felt like Hi-Res kind of betrayed their own philosophy, because global. I highly recommend looking this up. But basically, Global Agenda's marketing material was basically all just video shitting on World of Warcraft, really, because they had this whole no elves campaign, and even in the game you had helmets that like were of elves, like very typical World of Warcraft night elf looking elf heads. And they really hammered their way. They really hammered on the fact that they didn't want to be like any other MMORPG. This game was planned to be an MMORPG. It isn't. It's at the moment an instance shooter with a little bit of like an outside, because you can go outside as well. But it's like still like an instance. But yeah, it's just a instance shooter. But like, again, I feel like if they just took the time and kept working in the game, and they could have easily gone into that like open world World of Warcraft-ish looking like world. They could have easily done that. And I feel like when they implemented 1.3, patch 1.3, they really kind of stabbed themselves in the foot, because again, they were very like hammering on that fact that they weren't like other MMORPGs. And one of their like very un-MMORPG like systems was device point systems. So I've got like a whole point. I've got these devices here. These are all called devices. So your melee weapon and everything that you can slot in these. Was it like 8 slots, 7 slots? These are 8 slots, yeah, because the boost counts as well. So these are all considered devices. And basically what they did is they gave you a limited amount of device points. Imagine World of Warcraft talent points, but instead of using talent points to give yourself skills, because you have a skill tree here as well. And this basically dictates what kind of like assault I'm going to play. So if I go down the destroyer list, it's basically damage, and then the tank as well, the tank list, and then you've got balance. Every class has this balanced tree. By the way, they have the exact same balance tree, because this is more like generalized buffs and stats, whereas these other two to the right are like more specific class talents. So basically, these are like the left side tree in World of Warcraft when you're doing like your skill trees and perks and shit. But yeah, what they also did was give you device points, and you can allocate no device points to one of these devices, which basically means you just unequip the thing. So if I right click it, it's unequipped, and then I would not waste any device points. And then you could go all the way up to 4 device points, and the more device points you put into one of these devices, the more effective it became. So for my melee weapon, for example, I would do more damage per hit, and that's about it. I think blocking, because if you right click, you can block, and basically blocking blocks other melee damage. So if someone, because the recon, they have a lot of speciality for melee damage. So if you were up against a recon, for example, and they came at you, they had some of the hardest hitting melee shit of all time. But if you blocked that, you kind of negated that damage. But blocking cost energy, and energy is basically the mana in this game. And you use the energy for everything. You use energy for shooting, you use energy for blocking, you use energy for flying around with your jetpack. So it's like one of those resources that you want to keep an eye out, because if that resource is gone, you can't do anything basically. The only thing you could really do was swing your weapon and run around if you're out of energy. Now luckily energy does regenerate pretty quickly. Like, it's not like in World of Warcraft where you need to pop like a million fucking mana pots just to get your mana back. This energy resource was pretty quick on the regeneration, so usually you wouldn't be out of energy for too long. But yeah, blocking with a melee weapon basically also stopped you taking damage from melee attacks. From frontal, you could still get hit in the back, but I can actually I should show it, because there's like a VR here where you can kind of test abilities and whatever before you go out into missions. So if you have like a certain like device setup you want to use or whatever, you can actually just have a look. So I'll just go in here, and this is like the... Oh, can I not go in here, or is... Oh, there's just a little delay, okay. Some server delay, that's fine. But yeah, you can set up, and these are the beacons I was talking about earlier. You can pick them up, and then you can basically place them. And then if I were a robotics, I could use my speciality to increase the like deployment rate of this beacon. And I could also heal it. But now it's what's it called? Now anyone on my team that runs through that like little what's it called up there will teleport over there, and they'll come out of there. But yeah, basically when you melee block, this is what it looks like. And basically when you see my energy goes down, my power, and then my character will automatically stop, and then it regenerates pretty quickly to the point where I can block again. But yeah, basically it doesn't just stop you from taking melee damage from the front, but it also reflects some of that melee damage back. So recons had to like really pay attention to that, because they had these dual swords that did a fuck ton of damage just by themselves, also did a fuck ton of damage when they were attacking you from behind. So backstabs were even more damage, and they were very quick as well. You could like slash really quick with them as well. So they were absolute melee powerhouses, but they would often kill themselves on robotics. Why? Because robotics has a special melee weapon that returns 100% of the damage that you block. Whereas in, I think most of these weapons only do 20%? Or something, something like that. They don't do full damage back, but the robotics did. So robotics, if they blocked a melee fucking recon, the recon would just die in like seconds. Like, it's funny because like a lot of the times I used to main robotics, and a lot of the time if I was being attacked by like a melee recon, they would kill themselves so quickly with their own melee attacks that they just couldn't even... Basically, they couldn't pull their finger off the fucking attack button quick enough to stop themselves from dying to themselves. Because they just did so much damage, and recons themselves are like some of the lowest health characters in the game. So recons are like the snipers and the like glass cannon melee builds, and they would just kill themselves so quickly that like it would only take like 2, maybe 3 swings for them to die to their own shit. And like I said, their attack speed with these dual swords is also like very high, so they would just die so quickly that like I would like if I was a robotics and I was in a PvP match against melee fucking recons, I'd be in absolute bliss. I'd be all giddy and shit, because I knew I'd be getting a lot of kills just from them fucking like attacking me with their melee weapons. But yeah, I'm currently playing the assault. I should change my voxel settings. I only really did my video. Crouch, left shift is control. I prefer control. Q for preview, yeah, that's fine. I think boost. Oh, and consumable should be Z and X. I don't want to reach much further than 7. For my abilities, use is E. I think that's all I really need. Interface, missions, profile, inventory. Yeah, I feel like this is all reply to tell, and usually backspace. Yeah, okay. That looks good. Yeah, but you start at level 5 and level 40 is the max level, so it's not that big of a like level scaling either. And the only thing levels really does for you, oh well, it gives you well, back in the day when device points were a thing, these talent trees weren't that big of a deal. They really buffed them, but back then, even having like a full talent tree like maxed out, max level, you'd only get like plus 20% like defense if you had like the full tank shit going, plus 20% defense, maybe plus 20% max health, and then like destroyer you'd be like plus 20 like damage and plus 20 attack speed or some shit. Like the talent trees weren't that big of a deal. So as a level 5, you could very well be a level 40, because you'd have the same amount of device points as level 40. You don't get like more device points as your character levels, so everyone had the same amount of device points. The only difference between like high level characters and low level characters was the access to different devices, because the higher level you are, the more devices you can equip. And you've got your appearance. The appearances in this game were always fucking fire, in my opinion. For any of you Smite players out there, I immediately went the wrong way. But I'll show you... Oh, I can't actually. I was about to say I'll show you a... an armor that you'll recognize. But there is a
browsing, eh?
what's it called? There is a suit out there for the Sentry, or it's called the Sentry. And if you know your Smite characters, you'll know that Vulcan is a character in the game that can place turrets, and he has a skin called Sentry, which is actually a robotics outfit in this game. I'm on my assault, so I can't show you the what's it called. I should, but I want to go through the tutorial, so maybe I'll show it next time. But basically Vulcan has a skin in the game that is literally him, Vulcan, wearing the Sentry outfit, the robotics Sentry outfit. That's also why it's called Sentry in Smite. So they do have little nods. Like Hi-Res does have little nods towards global agenda in their games. But for some reason they really don't want people to play global agenda. But yeah, like I said, I'll place I'll put like a link to the Discord and a link to the Steam page for global agenda. And then if any of you watching want to play, I'm pretty sure currently we just want as many people on this server as possible.
Huge gear sale.
We want to drive like some hype to it. It would be really nice if we could have basically the same level of community back when it was in alpha, and like just after alpha as well. Because I'm telling you, it was one of the best games for community as well, in my opinion. Because everyone that played the game on a regular basis knew each other. And I mean that like in the best way. Like everyone, because it's hard to describe, because it's not just because it was a low. This game had thousands of players, and I know just saying thousands of players is like, pretty cool. But I know saying thousands of players doesn't sound like a lot.
Yes.
But they were consistent players.
You came to the right place.
Like these were people that were always there.
Come on,
like every time I would play the game,
You need some new gear.
I would always come across these fucking people. And like I said, most people knew each other, and especially like the like clan, the agency versus agency, the clan versus clan shit. Like everyone knew each other within those clans. Like it's not like in World of Warcraft where you're just part of a clan that has like fucking thousands of people that you don't really. Well, that's not true. I mean, Global Agenda does have a decent amount of like camaraderie as well, but there's also like plenty of like just random clans out there that people don't really know each other in. They're just in the clan just to be in the clan. And it didn't really have that in Global Agenda. Like if you were in the clan, you were in the clan. Like everyone in the clan knew each other to a certain extent. Like there were like huge friendships built on just the fucking agencies in this game alone. It was wild in my opinion. I thought that shit was fucking great. I really miss those days. Like it's insane. I don't often like miss
Give us a look, huh?
old times. Oh, did I buy that twice? I did. Okay. I don't often miss like my youth, because my parents were great. I think my parents were great, but outside of my parents, I hated everyone. It was Like school, in particular, going to school was misery for me.
What can I get you?
I was always picked on and all that kind of shit. And it was just complete fucking and utter, like, hell sometimes. And so I don't often reflect fondly on my childhood. But goddamn. 2010. When the 2000... I'd say up to 2015. So that's about 10 years ago. I'd be 21. I'm just double checking that. I'll just sell whatever I bought double, because there's no point in having doubles unless I put extensions on them. I'll explain extensions once I get there. But yeah, I don't often reflect fondly on my childhood, so reflecting fondly on this in particular, just because it was so good and it actively helped me in my childhood just to not feel shit. Because like the people on this game were great. So I was one of those people that sort of
Hello. Can I help you there?
got addicted to just this game, but it wasn't an addiction through like the usual terms, I'd say. How you'd usually have like an addiction. I think it was an addiction mostly because it was the only place, the only game where I felt this type of camaraderie compared to like other games. Like other games people would be fine, you know, but they'd just be like random, just fine people. Whoa, what the fuck? That's cool. Oh, you can actually buy their outfits there. Oh, it's unavailable. Oh, I see these are... Oh, I see what's happening here. Okay. That's cool. Oh, dude. Oh, you have to buy that too. Okay. Yeah, they are still working on a lot of shit. Because again, this is a private server, so they had to like pull a lot of stuff over to this server. But I see they have a lot of like custom shit as well, because these weren't in the game. They have a lot of custom made shit. That is fucking huge, dude. Them making actual custom shit. I'm just buying like all the shit that I can buy basically. Like there's a lot of things that that were available in the actual game that I see here that aren't like buyable. Like some of these things, like these bull helms, they were in the game. Sniper hood was. God, but they added so much shit for themselves. I am excited. I'm really excited for this. I will be streaming this a lot more because I am really excited for this. This feels. I might be saying this like a little way too early, but this feels like hope. This right here, what I'm seeing here, feels like hope. And I might stab myself in the back for that, for saying that, because you know anything could happen. But just looking at how this like is set up and shit, or the Tribes Ascent helms, yeah, these were very popular. And these. No, not these. Where's the elf? Surely they have the elf helmets in here as well. Because that's what the whole game was about, basically. No elves. That was always a big, like, leading point they made. Troll helmet, fuck yeah. They have so much shit. Holy fuck. The golden troll, yeah. This was my helmet. This helmet I always wore. I either wore this helmet or the Season 1 AVA winner helmet. Because AVA, agency versus agency, is basically clan versus clan. And get seasons. And if you won a season, basically a season was an entire year in this game. So, and if you won a season in AVA as like the top earning like agency, you would get a customly made helmet. I say customly made, but you'd get like a helmet that was specific for that season. And they made it for that season, and everyone that won that season got that helmet. And all the way up to Season 3, so the third year, they made like their own little like custom helmets for those seasons. But then they allocated the helmet, the AVA,
looks like you have
helmet,
good taste after all.
Basically achievements. Because here you see this achievement tab, you go to AVA and then you get these helmets you see on the side here. Basically win an AVA season, win 3, win 5, win 10, and then you get these things. You know, and then like same for this shit. Finish top 3, and then you get these like corresponding helmets. And they were basically the same helmet, but they added a few more holos to it for every season, and that was such a downgrade compared to what you'd get for like other shit. These are like helmets you get for doing certain shit in PvP, helmets you get for doing certain shit in PvE, and they basically just dumped AVA, which is like back then was a huge like Season 1. I want to say Season 2 as well, but Season 3 not so much anymore. But the first 2 seasons, that was a real achievement if you were in like the top agency. That was a real fucking a real achievement to have done that. And then just to see them allocate such a huge achievement, well, I guess by this time it wasn't such a huge achievement, but seeing achievements like that being allocated to just like random shit that, in my opinion, looks worse than shit that you can do for just like win 10 solo advanced PvE special missions. Like, that's nothing. That's just doing 10 solo missions basically. Solo missions you can choose. Here. Oh, raids are active. Yeah, you can go here and then you can go solo, and then I just do that 10 times. I just win that 10 times and get the helmet. What the fuck, dude? That you're being basically shoved under in the same what's it called? Oh, yes, the what's it called? That's the Season 1. No, that's not the Season 1. Wait, hold on. That's not the Season 1. I feel like, or maybe that's the runner-up. That might have been the runner-up. I don't know. Because they had like different helmets. If you had like if you won, your helmet looked a bit cooler than the runner-up and the third place, basically. Because the first 3 places would get a helmet corresponding to the place they won. But like I said, and now they just allocated that to just like achievements that are very generic. These like the base of these helmets are literally the same. The bases of all these helmets are the same. It's just that the holographic like little face thing, those are the only things that are different. Everything else just looked the exact same. Like the actual physical part of that helmet was just it was just the same thing. I'm just moving a few things around. Alright. But yeah, let's see. I want a Juggernaut helmet. I just like the Juggernaut. The Juggernaut is it a boss? No, it's it's like I think it's the boss before the last boss in the end game raid. Basically, that's what that is, the helmet of.
You look familiar.
Let's see.
You'll be back.
How many dice slots do we have? 5. Okay. So I need to get 5 of
I told
each.
you I got the stuff.
2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is gonna take a while. Actually, it's only 2 pages. 1, 3, 4, 5, 1. I think I'll, in the VOD, I'll, put like a little timestamp where I actually start doing missions. Because this is a lot of like prep and talking about the game. And I know some people just want to see the actual game. Alright.
Be seeing you.
Then there's like these dice as well.
Hello.
Dive in there
Browsing
4.
today?
Dive in there 3. 1.
And what can I do you for?
This was 2. Okay.
Cold day.
But yeah, I'll finish. I'll visit those once my character's a higher level. I'm gonna try and level, like legit, because I know I could also just I could also just give myself XP. Because currently, in this build, basically everyone gets admin rights. I'm just double checking. It looks like light blue. I bought 1 too many. Oh no, yeah, I did. Yeah, light browsing blue, 1 too many. Let me just. I hate that. I prefer being
Browsing today?
concise with that kind of shit. So I'm gonna sell 1 light blue.
Some other time.
Yeah, sometimes I'm a little bit OCD-ish with certain things, and other things I can just be really easy to just like not give a fuck about. Like, I know I don't have actual OCD. I'm not trying to downplay, like, OCD for people that do have the condition. But I'm like, I have a similar reaction to certain things, and other things I don't have that reaction, if that makes sense. I'll just go with this for now. Alright, I mean, I could give myself... I want this character. This will be my stream character. I'll like legit level this character. I'll start with a couple of solos. I won't start with a couple of solos. You need to be level fucking 20 for the first one. I didn't realize that. They should go back to just letting anyone join anything. Because back in the day, you could join Ultra Max as a level 5, for example. You could literally do shit like that. And like, Ultra Max is difficult. If you do not have like proper gear, you will get wiped pretty easily. But yeah, that meant, like, back in the day, it's two-sided in my opinion. Because on one side, it's a high-risk, high-reward kind of thing, you know? So, if you're a level 5 and you're trying to do Ultra Max security, the likeliness of you getting wiped and basically being a detriment to your team is exceptionally high. And if you're in a pre-made team and they are willing to take that risk, I feel like, sure, you know, whatever. But, and I see I still haven't my, oh, that's why I changed the wrong thing. But, the problem is anyone, basically, could join, join your team. So if I were to just queue for this back then without a team, like I'd get dropped into the mission with 3 other like random people, right? I'd get dropped in free randoms like any other kind of MMO or RPG with dungeons. So if I were to queue for Ultra Max, I would get dropped in with 3 other people that are either looking for an actual player. There's like a big scenario where they are just trying to get through Ultra Max with like actual characters that are on the right like level. And then you get dropped into their team and basically you're a massive detriment to them. That's scenario 1. Then there's scenario 2 where you get dropped into a team with randoms where at least one of those randoms is also a level 5 trying to get like a quick XP boost. And thus the team is even less likely to get through the mission. Or scenario 3, which is like the most acceptable to me, and I already mentioned it, is you just queue with 3 other people that you're friends with, you're pre-made with, and just hope those other 3 people can actually carry you through the Ultra Max. That's like the 3 scenarios that happened, and sadly scenario 1 and 2 were happening way more often than scenario 3 did. So that is why they most likely put the level restrictions on these security missions. Now I'm gonna join one. I highly doubt I'll actually get you know what? How many people are there on the how the fuck do I do that again? Was it oh, yeah. I think. Oh no, agency. How did I... Oh, right, friends. No, not friends. Am I blind? Was that team search? It's the team search. There it is. Yeah. So I think these three people are teamed together. That's it. Oh, you motherfucker. He spawned something. I got it. It'll take a while, but hey. Got him. Yeah, at the moment people can just do random shit like that. It's pretty funny. But yeah, I assume once like the ball gets rolling and we actually start getting a decent player base.
Give us a look, huh?
You need some new gear.
I feel like the mods and everyone, the
Hey, just
admins,
browsing today.
will
Maybe next time then.
will make the game like an actual like game, so you won't be able to do that kind of shit anymore.
Welcome.
Hey there. How you doing?
Did I not?
Just browsing, eh?
Cold in here, huh?
Did I not get the
Wasting
combat
my
jetpack?
time here.
Or
I
a
got you,
combat
okay.
jetpack? Huh. Okay. I didn't. That's weird.
Big spender.
Yeah, these are different types of jetpacks. Basically, they're all the same except for this one. Because this jetpack you have to put in your hand, basically, and control by hand. Whereas the other jetpacks, you can just hold spacebar to fly around, which allows you to shoot while you're flying. Well, the positive of that is being able to shoot while flying, but the negative is you are draining more energy, because again, this energy is used to shoot and fly, so you'll drain your energy source pretty quickly doing that. I have to be level 20 at least to do a solo. So I am going to look up a command and see if I can give myself
Over here.
XP. I can set my level apparently, so there we go. Oh, it just gave me 20 levels rather than setting it.
Hey
That's
there.
unlucky.
How you doing?
But yeah, at least I'll be able to, I mean, you know what, I'll just, fuck it. 15. Oh,
Gear
and now
here.
it sets my level to 15, okay. And now I'm set to okay. It is not giving me exactly what I'm trying to get, but okay, sure. We're max level now.
Yo, give us a look, huh?
So I should be able to wear whatever the fuck I want. Big hammer. See, that does more damage. Same type of fire rate, but it doesn't do damage on block. It can block, but it doesn't return any damage
Here,
while
here.
blocking. So that's the downside to using that. Rhino SMG. Does more damage, but it has less range.
Gear. I got you hooked up.
And it... Okay, so this is more damage for less range, basically. I kind of want to go shotgun though. This is the shotgun. Let's see, specialty. So specialties allows me to yeah, it allows you to
Gear here.
this is like the class power or ability, basically. And for assault, you get like a big weapon. So this is like an aftershock launcher, which is like it fires EMPs that you have to detonate yourself.
Gear here.
These grenades stick, and then you can right-click to detonate them. Gamma burst launcher is a fire rocket launcher. So if you hit someone with was it a gamma burst, or am I? Yeah, oh no, the magma lance is the fire rocket launcher. This one, if you hit someone with it, they are ignited for 2 seconds. It looks like 350
Yeah,
damage
I got
for
you
2
hooked up.
seconds on top of like the 787 damage it can do. And the gamma burst launcher is the one that does extra damage to mechanical units. So when you're in a PvE and you want to do a gamma burst or you want to do a rocket launcher build, this is the build to go. This is the weapon to use,
Yo,
because this does extra
give us a
damage
look,
to mechanical units, and most, not all of them, but most units in standard PvE are mechanicals. There are some PvE instances where the NPCs
I
that
got
you
you
fight
hooked up.
are humanoid. And there's also the Sonoran Desert, which is outside, which has like a huge humanoid component. There's also robots out there, but there's also a large part of it humanoid. So you have to kind of pick and choose which of the two grenade or rocket launchers you want to use for those situations.
Over here.
The Headhunter launcher is a lock-on rocket launcher, so this locks on to whatever you're targeting, and the rocket just chases after them. The eye minigun. Eye minigun does more damage to mechanical units. It lowers their protection, and if you left click with the miniguns, you spin up like a minigun does. You know, you spin up and then you shoot and you walk. However, you can also right click, and if you right click shoot with him, you lock yourself in place, and as a trade-off for locking yourself in place, it costs less power to shoot. So right clicking costs less power to shoot, but it locks you in place, and left clicking you can still move a little bit. And there's like a skill in here somewhere. I think it's this one or this one. Yeah, this one. If you get the Super Destroyer, you get minus 100% movement penalty, and that removes like the slowdown where you're left clicking with miniguns. For example, there is actually a very high DPS build out there with the Magma Lance, this one. Or not Magma Lance, Inferno. And this is this deals more damage than the eye minigun, but it has no like bonus damage to mechanicals. So this is kind of like the PvP minigun. This is the PvE minigun.
Give us a look, huh?
Then you have the longbow launcher. Longbow launcher is similar to the tremor launcher. It just has more range. It fires grenades, and this has more range. And in trade-off to that range, the grenades that you fire have less AoE. So this, the tremor launcher is the same idea, but it doesn't fire as far, but it has more AoE on the explosions. Like this has almost double range. This has 500 range. This longbow launcher has 1,000 range, and the AoE is 10 to 13, and here the AoE is 10 to 15.
Gear, I got your hookup.
So yeah, you get I mean, I feel like the Tremor Launcher should get way more AoE. Or this should get way less AoE. I feel like this should be like maybe 5 AoE compared to 10. So double the range, but half the AoE basically. I feel like that would be more balanced. But yeah, those are the weapons. Then over here we have a whole bunch of abilities basically. The AoE shield is basically what it says. It makes you immune to AoE damage. So explosions. Mainly like grenades and like tremor launcher shots. You get you're immune to those types of damages for 10 seconds or up to 2000 damage by the looks of things. Berserk is a general buff, makes you move quicker, deal more melee damage. Now, a lot of people use this in combination with the Inferno cannon to run down enemies in PvP. Because this 30% movement speed buff is huge if you compare it to the what's called skill, where it removes your slowdown. So not only are you not being slowed down by firing your minigun, you can get a bonus 30% damage just by activating the Berserk. And you get melee protection as well. I mean, the melee protection is not as useful. Like, the melee damage also doesn't get used a whole lot, like maybe for meme builds. If you're like really wanting to do a melee build with an assault, I guess you could go Berserk to buff that a little bit more. But this is mainly used for the speed buff. Like I said, having a 30% bonus to speed while you're running down like a medic or some shit with the Inferno X cannon is huge. Concussion grenade is pretty standard knockback grenade, does a lot of damage and knocks people back that you hit with it. EMP grenade is a grenade that's strong against robotics, because it reduces their protections as well as stunning enemy mechanical enemies. These are also used in PvP to clear out nests. Now, a nest is basically what you call a like in Team Fortress 2 you have the engineer likes to put like the little scrap box and like their turret all in one place, you know. And basically, essentially, a nest is a global agenda's version of that for the robotics, where a robotics will set up a turret, usually a med station and a power station. Med station heals them every second or every few seconds in an AoE. And power station continuously gives power, and then the turret is there to kind of like defend it all. I can join them, I guess. We're going into a what's it called? So I'll just spec for that.
Yo, give us a look, huh?
Oh, he wants to troll, because we can, at the moment as admins, we can just jump into maps that other people are already in. So usually you're just in a dungeon with a team of 4, but because we have these like admin powers, basically, we can actually jump in with more people, basically. That's the crescent. Make sure everything's right. Oh shit, I didn't do my boost. Oh well. Boost is not super necessary. But yeah, this is basically what Oh shit, I forgot I didn't do any talent points, so I can't actually survive shit. I forgot. This guy's already on the minigun, so I am going to use the Gamma Burst. And I'll use this one. Yeah, this is basically just a World of Warcraft dungeon, really, like most people know World of Warcraft. It's just in third person rather than, you know, your MMO shenanigans. Like, I have no talent points put in, so I won't be doing a lot of damage. Because talent points do help now. Like, back in the day, it didn't really do a whole lot. We've got a mine-centric recon, that's pretty cool. You don't see those often. Basically, recons can deploy a whole bunch of mines at the same time. Basically, just be a huge fucking pain in the ass. And there's a lot. Oh, the knockback, no! The knockback had me stuck in the door. That's fucking scuffed. I should move my camera. I'll move my camera after this. Can I do my skill points here? Nope. I have to be in the dome. But yeah, I am actually, I was about to do a solo mission anyway, and I wanted to do a solo mission with, the shotgun being my main focus rather than my minigun or anything, because the problem with minigun is that you don't really, like, you can't really do a whole lot in like harder PvE setting, PvE setting, mainly because it's Jesus Christ, the fucking knockback. It's very hard for me to do anything because I am severely under usually it's not very useful to go solo with a minigun. Like, if you have a team, like especially a medic that can like heal you while you're taking it. I mean, it really isn't that big of a deal. But I am so used to playing fucking like normal shooting. Getting pressing hard in this situation just like has my rest system. I'm trying to keep them out of the room, the little ones. Because when the alarm responder starts stacking up, they do a lot of damage. They are like a literal fire squad if they get together. So that's not something you expect that. Oh, he's got an energy really. So AoEs, because the kind of janky programming, but AoEs explode through the glass, so I can't shoot through the glass, but the explosion that happens because I shoot the glass does go through the glass. So the AoE does hit on the other side. which has always been like a pretty lol-worthy feature. Are we all just, yeah, everyone just max themselves. Yeah, it's usually, you take out this one. Usually, like, in most missions, you just leave this shit, but because there's usually a massive bottleneck of enemies that push you kind of like this way, you want to take out this security turret. Because if you have to go back to this room, you don't want to be stuck with a security turret blasting away. So this is a dedicated server, so I'm noticing some pretty laggy behavior. But to be fair, the game, back when it was still like high-res supported, was also just decently laggy if you weren't on like servers that were like part of your part of the world. So getting like latency is not that surprising or even weird. It's usually better to get myself sucked in, because it won't stop until like you either break line of sight or until you're like sucked in. And if you can't break line of sight, it really is just better to let yourself get sucked in. Then you're not out in the open for longer than you would. Oh no. That was a very unlucky combination. The spider pulled me in and like the little ballistas right next to him just fucking exploded me. So yeah, that was a very unfortunate combination. Better than the alternative, so I'll take it. Oh. Alchemist, basically the healers of the PvE faction. And then the purple dudes are the assassins, which are basically the recons on their side. You have the orange dudes are basically the assaults, and the blue ones are the techromancers, which are like the robotics. So every class has like a what's it called on their side, a variation. That is 4 fucking helots, okay. Fucking hell, that is a lot. Immune to ranged attacks with this shield. Oh yeah. I really need to do my talents once I do no damage at all. Damage rebuff. God, even when standing in the fucking it's so hard shooting. Like, not being specced into any of these weapons makes them so, like, inefficient. You'll see once I've, like, specced into this shit, it actually is a lot better. Like, it's such a drastic change from the days when they used fucking device points. Like, P1.3 was like essentially just a different thing. Alright. That was it. That's how the PvE missions go in general. You face a couple of what? You face a couple of mobs. You face some elites, and then you've got a boss to fight. Sometimes two bosses. Depends on the difficulty. Yeah. Let me just set up my skills. So I want to spec into my shotgun mainly. I'll also go through this side, pick that up for my shotgun. I don't know if I want to go for super agent and just get overall buffs, or focus on this. I feel like focusing on this. Yeah, because this gives me effective range and shit as well, and accuracy, so I'll focus on this. You only get 13 points in total, so there's a little bit of consideration you have to do. These count for launchers, so I don't want to go for launchers. Overdrives, I could go berserk, that would be cool. This gives me a little bit of extra power as well, also nice. I've got one more, maybe less cooldown. I think I'll go for less cooldown. Alright. Now my weapon should be a bit more viable. I am not going to use... I'm going to use that. Like I said, I want to kind of use a berserk. And I think this is the build I'll use. Now I'm gonna change my outfit. I kind of want to look a bit cooler for the next part. I think this is a nice one to have.
Over here.
I'll have to change the helmet as well. Oh fuck. Where is the other? There. I like that helmet. I'll have to buy some collars, and I can get some trails from all the way up top. I've got all the suits. I just need the dyes.
Hello. Just browsing today? Yo, give us a look, huh?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1,
Hey, gear! I got you, hookup!
4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Over here.
5. 1, 2, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
Thank you, pal.
Do I care for these at the moment?
Oh, you need some new gear.
Not too much.
You need something?
I'll buy these off stream. I feel like this is
I'll
just
be
a
here
lot
all
of
day.
Hey, you over here!
Oh, give us a look, huh?
faffing around. They should have put the special ones in that one. I think.
Ah, you need some new gear. Some other time.
Pat craft. Yeah, you can make like a little, what's it called? A little goofy, what's it called, that follows you around. Two combat jetpacks. I need these double here. Just checking like duplicates. I really hate duplicates. If they are unnecessary at least. Like I might have to get duplicates for certain weapons. Because like you see these like little extensions on the end. Those are like modifiers. This is XDD means one AoE size modifier and 2 damage modifiers. And this is 3D, so this is 3 damage modifiers on top, basically. R is range, X is AoE, D is damage, C is cooldown, L is duration, no, T is duration, S is, I think, health, if I remember correctly. V is deployable health. So yeah, there's a bunch of like shit that I've got. They're like very
Well, I tried.
they have a lot of like modifiers, and you can change the modifiers here. This should tell you what everything is. Oh. Yeah, so the S is shield health. What was V again? Is that lifetime, maybe? Oh, V is pet health, okay. V is health, specifically for pets, and S is health specifically for deployables. I think that's what that is. Alright, let's see. Some cool colors going. I like the black change. The black is actually black. They changed that. Because it used to be that like the black is kind of like a weird gray. Or some shit. It never used to be actually black. This white versus this white, you can see this white is a bit more grayish. Stuff like that. Like the quality of the color is diminished the lower the tier is, which I think is pretty fucking cool the way they did that. Yeah, let's just try this for a bit. Alright, I'll do a solo run. Again, I'm gonna be focusing on... I'll do an expert actually. I'll be focusing on my shotgun, so I'm not taking speciality. I'm mainly just taking the not taking the speciality just so I like don't accidentally start doing stupid shit with it. This is why that's kind of why I have it unequipped. F11 is a console one? Control. Holy shit, okay, what's happening? Okay, and what did that do? Did that save it to my... No, this is not right. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what that did, but okay. Let's see. I don't have a lot of health still, I just realized. Yeah, I skipped over the health, okay. I also don't have any armor. You can get like armor pieces. I should have gotten the armor pieces. I really should have gone and got the armor pieces. God, the elites are going to be real fucking difficult for me. Oh shit, I didn't realize there was still one behind me. Let me just adjust my sensitivity as well. Let's go 15. I think that would do good. Maybe 10. I think 10 might be just a little too low. Yeah, that's a little too low. Let's go 12. Yeah, I think that's nice. God, this is so tough. And I see the team deaths have been up to 7. I seem to recall it was either 4 or 6. Oh, server. That was a big server lag spike. That kind of canceled my throw as well. Servers are still a bit like iffy. Oh shit, this is gonna be hard. I don't think I'll be able to get through this actually. I should get a rocket launcher at least. Yeah, but rocket launcher won't do fuck all in damage. Let me get actually a ranged weapon. Because this shotgun is strong, but I need to be on top of them to actually deal damage. So I'm gonna swap that out for the Rhino. Now hopefully I'll be able to oh yeah, that's gonna be tough. That is gonna be a tough fight. Oh, he's running. Made him run. That's what I like about this game as well. There's not a lot of games where the NPCs are concerned with their own safety, their own well-being. The only thing they care about is killing you, the player character. Oh, maybe? Oh shit, that lag didn't help. Yeah, I'm using the Berserk just to run away. Oh wait, this doesn't heal anymore? I thought it used to heal. But at least I'm safe, so I should be able to kill... Oh, they're not coming. Okay. That's unlucky. That's very unlucky. I need more range on this. I might actually just have to use the heat rank. The basic weapon. Well, it's I say basic, but it's a legendary form, so it's the strongest version I can get. Now the cool thing is the healer over there, like the elites in this game, do drop their weapons. So the assassin drops its melee weapon, which is really cool. It has a right click that does more damage and also reduces the enemy's resistance, so they take more follow-up hits, more follow-up damage. So I think that's pretty cool. And the Necromancer drops its like ball gun, which as you saw in the first mission I did, kind of bounces you around when you get hit by it. I should really just go AoE for PvP missions. I feel like running in here with like a tremor launcher or something would have been way. I think there's an alchemist over there. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do this. Quit tutorial? Okay. That's pretty funny. Yeah, can I make an agency? Doesn't look like it. At least not now. Oh, I can. Can I? Huh. Weird. Yeah, I'm going to make my build AoE. I personally prefer the tremor launcher, but I think I'll go longbow. Yeah, I think I'll go longbow. And I'll just go grenades. Isn't there an OC EMP? I think there's an OC version. OC are overclocked versions.
You know what you want, don't you?
No, there isn't. Okay. Huh. I thought it was.
Sorry about that.
The overclock basically just means more damage. They deal more damage. I should buy armor. I've got no armor.
Hey, you came to the right place.
And usually you want to go ballistic. The ballistic version of everything. Okay, ballistic arm, chest. Like you basically want to go like the full. Let me just grab everything.
Give us a look, huh?
Hey, you look like a gear man.
Already bought that. Just buy one of
Give us a look,
each,
huh?
and that should help me survive these like stronger missions.
Huge gear sale.
Gear, I got you hooked up.
Have a good one.
Right, now I should be
Yo,
able to go
can I help you
here,
there?
and then a whole bunch of these. Now you can upgrade these as well. I'm going full ballistic. That way, the damage I take from ranged weaponry is going to be minimal.
Need some gear.
Gear, I got you hooked up.
Now I should. I want to see if the auction
Sure, take
house
your time.
still has anything in it. No, I didn't think so. Okay, now I need to go to the Discord server and have a quick look at what command I need to put in to give actually you can actually give yourself God mode as well. Oh, wow. I want to see what this does. Oh, it's actually those tokens. Okay. Yeah, like I said, well, currently you're able to do all kinds of things and kind of just test things out and stuff, which I think is great. I love how they just give you that freedom, because they could have very easily just said, no, everybody just plays how you should be playing, basically. But yeah, no, they give us They just give us the options to just play around. I love that. Community is pretty trusting amongst each other, so I feel like you do need to be part of the community for a bit to be able to just join. But like I said, I feel like we are basically going the City of Heroes route, where we just want to enjoy the game, and hopefully through enjoying the game we can like bring it to the masses, basically. Where are the items? Oh, go over this. Just want the crafting add-ons. Oh, I've got some tier 4s. Oh, if I use this, it'll make it a lot easier. But I just want to check if this is how it works or not. Let's say... Oh wait, I don't have to type in that. Would that have given me... no. So that... I just want to check it again. I really like to get the gunmetal, because back in the day gunmetal was one of the dyes I loved. Oh, it worked. Okay, so that's how that works. That's pretty cool. Do I have it 5 times now as well? No, only once. That's unlucky. So we'll have to... Oh, because it's a non-stacking item. Okay. I see. Okay. But yeah, that's the type of shit you can do in the commands. That's pretty cool. I really like this kind of metal color. I'll have to go through a couple of these commands for the next time I stream this. Because I will be coming back, I will try to kind of keep up to date with the updates. Because like I said, I'm excited to see them working on actual like content as well. That looked really interesting, the little crossbow. Yeah, and I really hope that if the community gets big enough that we can actually like get it to a place where it's actually like an actual game again, and not just a little sandbox at the moment, because that's what it feels like.
Over here.
We actually have enough people to just like naturally do PvP again as well. That would be great. Because back at its lowest, you had to organize to get a PvP thing going. Junktown, nice. Okay. We go outside. There's a huge delay on me pressing the button to go outside and then going outside. Actually, a huge delay for every instance. Going to the VR also took like forever. But I feel like that's stuff that they'll easily be able to address over time. Because like I said, they're already working on just adding completely new content. So adjusting existing content should be something that is slowly... Because I feel like the biggest hurdle for that kind of shit is probably needing to learn the specific language used for programming. And I don't mean like actual programming language, but like what kind of names are used for certain things, what kind of structure, like what's the naming structure for certain variables and stuff like that. Like not everyone does it the same way. And especially in older games, you'll see that a lot of coding is just a huge wall of text, basically, and that's it. Whereas coding nowadays, you usually have like little comments and stuff to make things easier to identify. But back in those days, where gaming was just on the rise, I'm not saying Global Agenda is that old, but I do believe that Hi-Res back in those days did commit a few like programming atrocities when it comes to the actual like code language. They most likely didn't have nice like little comments everywhere telling you what piece of code goes to like what part of the game, what does what, basically. I feel like they probably just did like a whole wall of text and you just have to figure out what's what. And I feel like for this server, the whole thing for this server, that is the biggest issue at the moment, trying to figure out what part of the code does what. I feel like that's where most of the time goes. Once that's all sorted out, I feel like they could probably clean it up and do a lot more with it than Hi-Res did. But yeah, this is kind of like the open world. It's not super open world. Like this is about all you get for this part, and there's another area as well that's a little bigger. But it is like this, especially back in 2010. I would have accepted. I would have been like, yeah, this could, because like this clearly has expansion potential. Like there's no hard limit here, so they could easily and slowly, methodically just make the world outside bigger. I hope that if this game does get like a lot of lifetime still, I hope there's two things that happen, or at least one of two things that happen. My hope is one, we just start working on a global agenda 2. We use the code in this global agenda 1 right here, and it gets used and upgraded to the point where we get global agenda 2. Now, that's most likely unlikely in the current setting because Hi-Res did refresh the patent. I think they did renew the patent on this game back in 2000, I want to say 23, 22, maybe 21. Which I, at the time, thought was really weird because, like I said, Hi-Res has kicked this game to the curb. They do not look at it whatsoever. So I feel like them doing that. Let me just not that. Oh, and for the moment I move my camera. Okay. But yeah, I feel like that was a weird move for them to do, because I feel like them renewing that patent kind of left a sour taste in my mouth, because not only did they abandon the game, a game that to us, some people, is very near and dear to our hearts, and we would like to keep at it. Like that's why I really love the what's it called, the Stop Killing Games movement. Exactly for this type of shit. And I feel like oh, I didn't mean to do that. I feel like them renewing the license not only stops other people from taking the IP and basically doing some shit with it. They have already kind of like if Hi-Res was like, hey, we're going to make a global agenda 2, so we're going to have to like renew the license and basically stop anyone else from fucking around with it, I'd say like, good shit, I love it. But they have already shown that they pretty much despise global agenda. Like there's a couple of people there that would like to, but it's the majority or the minority of people that have voiced that within Hi-Res, I feel like. So basically them renewing the what's it called now just tells the story of, we're not going to do anything with global agenda. Global agenda is going to stay in the dirt, and neither are you. Like nobody else is going to do anything with it because we have the license, ha ha ha, you know. I feel like that is kind of the narrative they've kind of drawn up by doing that. I feel like the best thing all around they could have done is either leave the fucking leave the trademark, leave the whole what's it called, so nobody has any issues with other people taking over the global agenda IP. Because I don't think they renewed the IP license, but I do think they renewed the trademarking or something like that. So if someone were to do something with the global agenda IP, eventually they would run into some kind of bullshit, basically. I feel like global or Hi-Res should have just left the trademarking, just let it go completely, so other people could like play around with the IP, with everything. Or they should have renewed it and actually started paying attention to global agenda and possibly make a global agenda too, basically. I feel like those are the two options they could have, one of these two options they could have chosen to maybe win me back, and probably others that think the same about their handling of global agenda. I think those are the only two options they could have chosen to actually salvage any trust. Because I used to be a big Smite guy as well. I loved Smite. Granted, I secretly still kind of do, but I simply don't play it because I know it's high res behind it. And there's other MOBAs I can play. Like, it's not like my life is incomplete without Smite. Like, I am mainly, out of all the MOBAs, I mainly play Dota 2. I used to be very big on League of Legends, but ever since Season 3 in League of Legends, where they started introducing more percentage of health damage shit, and just basically making a tank build obsolete through doing that. Ever since they started doing that, I've not been a great fan of League of Legends, and it's only diminished more over the years. Like, I loved Vayne, because Vayne was very niche back in the day. Vayne did barely any damage, but if you were up against big healthy dudes, Vayne was the character to play. Because of that, because of that silver bolt passive, that was fucking great. I love that dynamic. She was generally, she was pretty shit. Like, out of all the ADCs back in those days, she did the least amount of damage. Like, she had the least amount of like damage growth, and I think her range was one of the worst out of all the ranged AD carries as well. But she was one of those niche picks that if you were up against a healthy team, she would carry you through because of that silver bullshit. But now it feels like anyone can do that. Ever since they added fucking that item that does like a percentage of health damage per attack. Ever since that item came into the game, they started adding more and more of that stuff. And first it was items, and then every fucking damage dealing character also started getting like some kind of like percentage of health damage. It was fucking disgusting. I hated it. I absolutely fucking hated that bullshit. They started removing some of like the iconic tank items as well. It was just it sucked. It's fucking lame. I think for this coming week, I'll avoid playing Dark Souls. Maybe if I really feel up to playing Dark Souls, I will. But because I just finished 2 weeks ago. I finished Dark Souls 1, and I went into Dark Souls 2. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't like Dark Souls 1. and I don't like Dark Souls 2. I don't like them, and not necessarily because of like lore or anything. It's just mechanics are just too janky. Like the mechanics themselves are fine, but like trying to use them in certain situations, just it's so jank. Like some shit is, it's just so those two games are so incredibly jank. Any other type of game would have just been thrown down into the dirt. Like, had this been like Ratchet and Clank or like fucking Devil May Cry or like any of those, like any of those other types of games that are like popular in their own right, those games would have straight up been trashed and lost to time had they been as janky as Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2. But the only reason why Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2 get a pass is because it adds to the difficulty. Which, like, this might be a hot take, but mechanics not functioning properly should never be a reason why the difficulty of the game is as difficult as it is. That should not be that should not be why your game is difficult, because your fucking mechanics are janky. Like, I'm sorry, but it just shouldn't. Your game should be difficult because your enemies, like, react, have like a strong, like, they have a very good reaction to what's happening. To the shit, they react in a way to the situation that allows that shit to feel very like natural, yet difficult. Like, I don't like games, for example, that give you difficulty settings, but the only difference between the difficulty settings is literally just a bunch of health. Like, oh, enemies now have more health. That is your difficulty scaling. I don't like that. I like games being difficult for having more difficult AI. I seem to remember back in the Fear games days, I think Fear 1, if I recall correctly, I'm not too sure, but in Fear 1, I recall that when you play the game on higher difficulty, the NPCs are more concerned with staying alive themselves. So they still want to kill you, but they also have some self-preservation. Whereas playing the game on easier difficulty has them sometimes just run out into the open and just run straight at you with like a shotgun at like 1,000,000 miles away. So you have all the time to kill them and they don't have any real chance of getting to you because again they're using like a shotgun or some shit. And then playing the game on harder difficulty would see the NPCs kind of like hide behind shit more, and they stay in cover more consistently and try to like help each other. That's the kind of difficulty spiking I like. Have NPCs be more self-centered and just focused on killing you for like easier difficulties. And for hard difficulties, have them support each other and help each other out more. Like if one dude's like behind in cover and you as the player character are just shooting to the point where he can't get out of cover, have another NPC that's there try to help the guy that's being shot by shooting at you. So you have to divert your attention to the other guy, for example. Like, shit like that is stuff that I want to see when I turn up the difficulty on games. Because usually I play games on the hardest difficulty, and it's literally, for most games, especially nowadays, it's just like bullet sponges, really. There's no... there's nothing impressive about these things. It's just, yeah, it's really, it's almost even like disappointing, if anything. Alright, so now my longbow should deal a bit more damage. There we go, 2 shots. Doesn't feel like I have a lot of range still though. I don't really care about the knockback. So yeah. Alright. I'll swap this over for incendiary grenade. Nice, it's 2 shots and then them's dead. Now, in these open world parts, you can actually farm some of the NPC weapons. There's a couple of these weapons. Now, I'll probably just add them to my inventory through commands. But if you're trying to like play the game as it's supposed to be played, I suppose, there is a very popular farming area down here, this little corner here, because there's 3 Legion commanders that can drop their pistol, and that pistol is a strong weapon, I think, for the medics, if I recall correctly. I'll just go here, fuck it. God, I'm trying to fucking aim this in the right spot to actually hit him. It's actually, holy fuck, that was pretty tough, actually. But yeah, there's that area over there, right? Oh, I keep forgetting it's N and not M. Yeah, and there's like that little corner, and there's like 3 of these Legion commanders. It's like it used to be the most popular spot to try and farm for this gun. And now, and this is why I really wish we'd go back to device points rather than quality, is pretty much the only spec, like the only little add-on that we care for on most of these devices is the damage amplifier. We don't care for cooldown all that much, unless it's a device that doesn't deal damage. We don't really care for energy, unless again it's one of these devices that doesn't deal damage. So if you're looking at damage dealing devices, the only stat you really care for is the bonus damage. So farming guns like that and then just getting a gun that has like bonus range and shit, it's annoying. So you'll be farming. Not only do these weapons drop extremely rarely, but they also drop at a chance of having like all kinds of random fucking attachments, like random little bonuses to them. That is what really makes it. Now, luckily, I don't have to go down there and pick it all up. one enemy at a time. Anytime you kill an enemy and it drops something, it'll show up in chat. It says received item, and I keep getting Legion armbands for killing because that's like the shit that they 100% chance of drop. They have 100% chance of dropping. It feels like my grenade should be exploding quicker. Yeah, I don't know, for some reason shit, it feels like my shit should be exploding quicker, but I guess not. And yeah, you basically you just sit on this this little what even is it, like a little building, and yeah, you'd farm these little groups here, and then with a bit of luck, you'd see that you get like a little pistol in your inventory. And again, these drops also had different types of quality. So I think there's like a blue version and a green version. I don't think there's a purple version. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, there's a green version and a blue version. Blue version gives you 2 little like mods. Green version gives you 1. So yeah, the one you'd really hope for is the double D Legion Commander pistol. Or Legion Sergeant pistol, something in that like vein. That's really what you just hope for. Like, I usually I farm this on my what's it called, on my medic, and I literally sat here for days before I actually got my first pistol, and it was a fucking green, and I was so pissed over getting a green after literally farming this shit for several hours over multiple days. I was just like so pissed. I literally stopped playing for I think 3 weeks, maybe an entire month, just off of that alone, because that shit pissed me off. I was already getting annoyed by the fact that my friends were getting the fucking pistol like after like 2 or 3 cycles, and I was literally fucking doing 10 cycles like as fast as I could, and I couldn't. I wasn't getting them. And then finally the one I get is like a fucking green. I was so livid. I hated it. Oh, that was like the worst shit. Especially for all of this, like the elite weapons and stuff as well that you can you could farm in the PvE missions as well. Like, goddamn, that shit was annoying. You'd finally get a drop, and then it'd be like a drop with some useless ass fucking extension on it that like nobody ever wants. And it's like, goddamn, dude. Like the Hello minigun. That minigun, in my opinion, is a hidden gem for AVA. I feel like if you have someone that's very good at holding their mouse over an enemy, you should have them equip the Hello Assault or the Hello minigun, and basically have that guy focus on whoever's trying to cap the point. Because if you can hold your mouse over one of these people, you could literally just push someone into a corner and keep them in that corner. It would be incredibly difficult to get out of that corner if you have someone that is really good at like keeping their aim on someone. Because I remember doing that once in a AVA, and people immediately also like started calling cheats and shit, and I'm like, what? Why? And then they sent me this clip of me basically holding a medic hostage in a corner because the medic had like all kinds of like self-healing shit. So I wasn't really there for damage, so I was spec'd for tank. So my weapon really didn't do a whole lot of damage. But I was basically keeping them hostage in the corner of the map, like in the building, because the what's it called, the capture point was inside the building, and I literally kept them in the corner for like, I think like 7 seconds, where they just couldn't move. And I called them out, so I was literally holding them, and then I was on Discord with these people, and I literally said medic in the corner. And you see, and like in the clip, as soon as I say that, you see everyone turn around and basically just kill the medic. But for the 7 seconds before everyone turned around to kill this medic, like that medic literally just couldn't move out of the corner, and they were calling hacks on this because you'd have to have perfect aim. And I'm like, and I'm looking at this clip, and like, one side I can understand what they're saying, because my like aim is dead center on that enemy. However, like I said, the enemy is being pushed into the corner. There's not a whole lot of movement going on as is, so I didn't really have to move my mouse. And I feel like I didn't even need to move my mouse, and you're telling me I'm cheating through aim. So that was a weird little like controversy back then, and I mean, we talked it out, and it was all like fine afterwards. But I just thought it was really weird how they went about it back then. But yeah, the Helot fucking minigun can just straight up stir up controversy like that, just because of how powerful the knockback is. Like the I minigun also has some knockback, but it's not nearly as strong as the Helot minigun. And there's like this little what's it called over here? This heavy impact. It increases the knockback strength by 50% as well. So putting that on while using the Helot minigun, that is just fucking brutal. Like I said, if you can just hold your aim over someone and you get them in the corner, they won't be leaving that corner. It is incredibly difficult. Like if you play this game and you play a PvE mission and you're up against a Helot, like you will notice how hard that knockback can be. And in Global Agenda, it's not like a Dark Souls game where when you fight a boss with a certain weapon, the weapon they use is fucking incredible, but as soon as you get that weapon, it's pretty dog shit. That's not how it is in Global Agenda. The weapon is pretty much as is advertised by the Helots themselves. So it's a pretty much a one-to-one transfer of like usage of the weapon. You just get the weapon 100% of how it is supposed to work in a Helot's hands. God, I miss this game, dude. We really need to pump up the people. Like, we really need people. We just need to be able to queue for PvP again and just insta pop. Fucking those were the days where you just get insta pops for fucking PvP. Wild. And the PvP in this game is also just so much better than most other games. Like, Team Fortress 2, the PvP, fucking great, and the game is built for PvP, but I feel like there's so much shit they could do in, like, that game in particular. Like, maybe I shouldn't be talking about Team Fortress 2, because, like, it's a fucking old game. But I feel like, because of how the class shooters work, I feel like Global Agenda PvP is, like, closest to that type of PvP. So that's why I usually reference things like Team Fortress 2. And yeah, I feel like for a game that is mainly PvP, because like I said, they do try to do the PvE shit with the Manco event bullshit. But it started as a PvP only type deal, and it's where they should be, like, shining in the PvP. But they just, I don't know, it feels very mediocre. Like, I much rather play Global Agenda PvP than Team Fortress 2 PvP. If I were to go for class shooter, like class-based shooter, I would pick Global Agenda over Team Fortress 2 any time. And it's not even that dissimilar of a game, like mechanics-wise. Like, I'm literally playing Demo Man here. Like, I'm literally just playing Demo Man, basically. And that's what I mean. I don't know, it's just, again, I already mentioned, but, like, the art style in this game is, to me, is peak. Like, this art style, I love this. This, like, pixely, polygon-ridden fucking bullshit, I love that. I love that. Like, I especially, like, in recent games, like, my 100% win graphics are the Soul Reaver, the Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 1 remake graphics. I think those graphics are absolutely phenomenal. If I were to make a game myself, I would go for those type of graphics. I just love that type of shit. Like that, like, not exactly Tomb Raider 1 polygonness, but you can still kind of see them. That, like, they're not like, the polygons aren't like right there in your face.
Meet new and exciting people.
Holy shit. That voice line actually scared me. Well, yeah, there's not too, it's not in your face with the polygons, but you can still kind of see they're there. That's to me is like the perfect type of what's it called, of game graphics. I wish all games made look like that. Even games nowadays. That's why, like, if I were to make, like, if I were to team up with someone and make, like, a game or something, like an indie game, I would definitely go for some Soul Reaver-esque graphics. Alright, I've been farming for a little bit. Haven't gotten much out of that, unfortunately. Alright, let's see, let's try Expert again. And see if I get further with this build. I feel like an AoE build is better for solo. Maybe maybe the boss might be a bit hard. But I feel like everything else should be pretty doable with an AoE build. I also just love that back in the day, Hi-Res actively made guns that were for very specific situations that they wouldn't always be useful. But in like the Tremor launcher, for example, it is absolute fucking dogshit. Like, it is probably the worst launcher that exists, except for when you're taking out nests. Then it's probably one of the best things of all time. Because again, a nest is basically a whole like dugout for robotics. They'll have like a heavily defended little spot with like a healing station and a power station that will like keep them alive and give them enough power to be able to heal their little like dugout. Make sure it doesn't go down. And I feel like if you just stack a whole bunch of fucking Tremor launcher mines on one of those fucking nests, just fucking trigger them all at the same time, that shit is fucking bad. Oh shit. Oh fuck, I'm stuck. Oh no, please, no! The grenade got me. So unfortunate it was a ballista. If it was the other dude, I would have been fine. But no, it had to be a ballista. This is usually the toughest spot, in my opinion, for this map. This is such a huge bottleneck. Oh fucking assassin. Assassins are annoying because if you're on the ground floor, they will run up to you and hit you with a melee, which will in turn just stun you. Oh. And I landed on the fucking grenades. Fucking hell. That didn't get me much of anywhere. Doing a little bit of reading. Responding. Oh, that is always the point they get you on. No, don't do it! Just die. Okay, he died at least. I won't have to deal with him again. God, that happens literally every time. Back in the day as well, every time I tried to turn that corner, you'd always get ambushed by something. Either like a whole group of fucking bots, or like an elite. That always happens, it's so fucking annoying. Oh no. Oh, that's unfortunate. Get rid of that fucking... And now usually this corner as well is usually something... Oh! For once. It's annoying that both assault boosts are very defensive. I feel like assault should get a boost, like a proper attack boost. God, fucking alchemists are always so annoying to deal with because they heal themselves. And if you get too close, they also just blast you with poison. Oh shit, he's gonna run up to me and blast me. Place corner. Alright, hopefully... Oh, he poisoned me, no! Holy shit, in the fucking leg there as well. Oh my god, this is so... Please, he needs to die. He needs to at least die. Okay. Goddamn, the fucking little spikes are actually getting me. Little leg spikes. But yeah, I really wish, or really hope that if they do plan on getting more, like, weapons and shit into the game as content, they do give the assault a boost that is more offensive rather than just defense, because currently you have a boost as assault that gives all your teammates a 20% damage reduction, like, buff, or you have currently a boost where if you use it, you yourself get 25% bonus damage reduction, as well as you like shit out like a little wave that knocks enemies back when they get hit by it, and it does a little bit of damage, but it's mainly used for the knockback. So I feel like really needs to get like an offensive boost. I feel like the what's it called? The medic is in a nice spot at the moment with boosts. I don't feel the medic necessarily needs a different like option for a boost, which is the like the ultimate. For me, it's the Z key. Because basically the medic, as a medic you can play a poison medic that focuses mostly on poisoning enemies and like doing debuffs and stuff. Or you can play a healing medic, which basically focuses on buffs and healing. Those are like the two mainstream like talent trees you have for the medic. And the medic has a boost where you do like a little AoE, I guess like a little cloud, poison cloud around you that poisons enemies around you and heals you for every enemy that you hit. Oh shit, I didn't see the rocket. My character model blocked vision of that. Oh, I didn't get the fucking muscle either. I didn't get the checkpoint. It's on the other side of the bridge. Unfortunate. Hey, you can see I have like a little under 6 minutes left, remaining time at the top right there. Just underneath my little ping and FPS rate. And yeah, once that timer's over, the mission is a fail, basically. Now you get a little boost in time once you walk into the boss room for the first time. I think you get like 5 minutes at it. Or I think they round up to 5 minutes if you're below 5 minutes. I think that's what it was. If you're below 5 minutes when you get to the boss room, they'll round it back up to 5 minutes. So you have at least 5 minutes to fight the boss. Dude, why is this thing just standing around the corner? Got it. Now, because I am EU and this private server is very clearly American, there is like quite a bit delay on the projectiles. You can kind of see like the projectiles are a little off target. Like when I'm walking left and shoot, you can see they kind of come out a little too late. And basically, that usually isn't too bad, because most of the time the hitboxes of the people, like of the NPC stuff themselves, are pretty wonk. There's no like headshots or anything. It's just hit. So it doesn't matter if you hit someone in the head or if you hit them in the big toe. It counts for the same damage. So there's no like headshot modifier or anything of that sort. Yeah, I need to get rid of this guy before God damn, dude. What is this dance? Die. Okay. Now this is a little bit of a controversial room. Because it's straight up a gas chamber. So I could understand if there's like some mixed feelings over that. Oh shit. Yeah. Oh, maybe not. Him running away actually saved him. Nice. See, I feel like running away things like that, like mechanics like that, are actually pretty cool. Because it does convey some kind of like, I'm trying to survive just as well as trying to kill you mentality. Now, for robots, I would be fine with them not having that kind of AI. Because it makes sense for robots to just fucking run at you and just try to kill you whatever, you know, however they can, by any means. So this kind of like running away android shit, I don't really agree with. But I do agree with the elites running away, because the elites are supposed to be human. It's not like you are basically robots or humans fighting robots. It's not like Terminator or what's it called, Matrix or anything. It's just that the corporate world is pretty cutthroat. Basically, you are fighting the corporate world. Start getting a bit more. Right. Oh fuck. Okay. No, I do want to kill these guys. Jesus Christ, that lag. Okay. I need 4 minutes, okay. Oh shit, I didn't realize they already triggered. But yeah, it gives me 4 minutes. So it rounds up to 4 minutes for a boss fight. So I think it's pretty generous. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna be able to finish this. I need to like proper spec for this shit. Because I'm just doing like mostly PvP oriented builds and just using them in PvE basically. Oh my god, the little drone. The little fucking drone got me, really. That is so fucking unlucky. Yeah, fucking technomancers are, in my opinion, the most OP. They have fucking a weapon that knocks you around, which makes it really hard to aim sometimes. Like if you're a recon, you're going for a sniper recon, it's really hard to fire. Because you can't fire your weapon unless your weapon is, basically the reticle is like 100% accurate. So you know how in most games when you shoot a weapon, the reticle kind of starts like spreading out. You can't shoot the weapon unless that spreading is like 0 on recon snipers. It needs to be 100% locked in. Oh, I thought out a lot further than I did. Okay, I have a little under 2 minutes. I don't think I'll be able to do this. But let's see. Yeah, there's no way. It just takes too long for my cooldowns to come back, even though I've maxed out my cooldown reduction. And my boost doesn't really do anything for me even this way. Oh wait, maybe. If I can get my power pool regenerator. Let me just, this is gonna be hard. I need to allocate some resources to this. That's unfortunate. Die! Jesus Christ. Okay. Oh my god, I might. That's gonna be real close. The problem is I have to regenerate my fucking ammo.
10 seconds remaining.
Oh, a couple of hits. Oh ho ho! Fucking hell. Real boss beater that was. Jesus Christ. I didn't think I'd be able to do it, but fuck. Thank fuck we got there.
Mission accomplished.
Nice. There we go. This is the loot system. You get some random rewards. And if you have boosts and stuff, you get an additional reward. At the moment, you can get this for free, like I said. People are like admins at the moment. So you can play around with a lot of stuff at the moment. I really like it. I do hope... I kind of hope for a split kind of server where they'll keep this as like maybe the test server, where if they have like new gadgets or whatever, they want to see how it's received by the community or whatever. They can put those on here, and then people can just like add them to their inventory by using admin controls and stuff, and then have a server that's like the actual game, and then where you actually just play the game, basically. I hope that's kind of maybe where we can go with this game. Like again, this is all on the premise of popularity, how popular the game gets. But yeah, at the moment, it is great to see it being worked on and in being in good hands. Like it looks like it's in good hands. I would love to just see this game, like, in a couple of years, maybe just bust through, just like City of Heroes did. I would love to see something similar happen to this game. But yeah, that's it for me for today. Thanks for watching. Hope you had a good night, evening, day, morning, afternoon, whatever it is over there. And yeah, hope to catch you next time.